Hello everyone! How are we this glorious Friday evening to most of you and Friday afternoon to the rest of us? Welcome back to those of you that were here before the last one. And for those of you that haven't been here, welcome to Live and Unfiltered. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you being here. These shows are starting to become really important to me and to Chrissy and to us as a family. So, I wanted to find ways that we can all keep connected and that we can share things that are meaningful to us and funny to us. Being isolated has not been a picnic for a lot of us. But I know there are some nuggets of possibility and positivity out there, aren't there? This week, I found that in all of your nominations for your heroes. This was a beautiful week for us. As we read through your emails, we were so moved by all the stories of you guys, working on the front line. What we did find out, some of you key workers who, aren't necessarily on the front line, so to speak, may not always be treated so kindly. So, a few of you also had to postpone weddings and holidays, and some of you are working all hours of the day and night. So I want to say thank you to all of you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you do. There's some... Indy, is that your phone beeping in here? All I can hear is bing, bing. Can you come and grab your phone? Everyone say hello to Indy, the binger.
My bad, where is it?
I don't know. It's your phone.
Oopsies.
That's a constant... Yeah, see...
Just leisurely stroll. We just keep going, hon.
So I guess some restrictions are beginning to be lifted now, aren't they? Although Boris's address was a little confusing.
So we are saying, don't go to work, go to work. Don't take public transport, go to work, don't go to work. Stay indoors. If you can work from home, go to work. Don't go to work. Go outside, don't go outside. And then we will or won't, something or other.
Thank you, baked potato. I may or may not be doing a little duet with the lovely Matt Lucas at some point this week. We'll see how that goes. Exciting. So as I said, you guys are starting to be lifted the restrictions, and we've been locked down over here in LA for another 3 months. So bang goes our summer. We'll see how that goes. On that cheery note, now obviously this lockdown has affected so many businesses and charities, which is why I want to highlight one of my favourites, the Little Princess Trust. I don't know how many of you know this lovely charity. Thank you for being here to support them. It's a wonderful charity that provides real hair wigs for children that are going through cancer treatment. So obviously if you want to know more, please do go to the website littleprincesses.org.uk. We do have a special guest from the charity coming up in a moment, but before we do that, what I'd like to do right now is I want to see what you're drinking. What are you drinking? Do you have a glass? I mean, it's 8 o'clock on a Friday night. Come on, let's cheers. So obviously it's 12 o'clock for me in the afternoon. So this is full of vodka. So cheers. Cheers, guys. I know we're all separated and we're all away from our loved ones right now. And this has given me, and everybody, I guess, time to think of how our lives are going to be different after all this is over. Or will it ever be over? Who bloody knows? Doesn't seem like it right now, does it? What I do love about the lockdown is that I've been able to spend quality time with Chrissy and the kids, which has been wonderful, to be honest. I'm constantly touring, as you guys know, so I spend half my time away. Although, we've been together, though I have to say, Chrissy and I were ready to abandon ship on Wednesday night. It was touch and go for a minute, wasn't it, babe? But luckily we're still here to tell the tale. One thing that is different is that I'm going to be really good at jigsaw puzzles after this isolation. For the last 2 months, we've lost our dining room table to a 2,000-piece cheetah. Although my wife can't stop calling it a tiger for some reason. She's corrected every time by one of the members of the family. Even the dog knows it's a cheetah now. It's a bloody cheetah, not a tiger. Annie, where is
Thanks,
Mischief?
honey. Thank you so much.
I'm supposed to bring Mischief up there. Come on, Mischief. Should we get Mischief up? He has become the star of these shows. Come here, Mischief. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come and say hello. Oh. See, even Mischief knows it's a tiger, hun. Say hi. Hello, everyone. Come on, let me see your pets. Anyone got pets there? Anyone? Is it just Mischief? Are we just on our own? Mischief wants to meet them.
I see Luna.
Oh, there's Luna.
There you go.
I see Luna. Yeah. There we go. We've got teddy bears.
Yeah,
Is
Chris
that
Lewis, I
got a
see his
penguin
dog
there?
down there. Charmaine's
And
dog.
a tortoise from Mark.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I
Yeah.
see Pamela's little
Oh,
kitty.
yeah. Camela's kitty. Oh yeah. Another kitty
Fraser.
from Martin and Claire.
Helen.
So,
Yeah.
Mischief, you gonna say hello
You
to
all.
me? Woo!
And Zach.
Is that it? We done? Oh, so there you go. There's a hello from Mischief. I know. Let's sit over here and calm down. There you go. There you go. Now, that was fun. Tonight, we have all sorts of fabulous guests on the show, and I will also be debuting a song from my new album, which is one of the things that I can do here because we've got, only got 60 people here, so it's nice to kind of share, new stuff. I have to thank Dave again. I know I thanked him last time for helping my special guests and I put together a little video for you, which we're going to show you a bit later. I'm telling you, if you don't know this already, everyone needs a Dave. So make that happen. Okay, now it's time for our first guest. But before we bring him on, Chris is going to show you a little video. So take that away, Chris.
The Little Princess Trust provides free, real hair wigs for all children and young people experiencing hair loss as a result of cancer treatment or other medical conditions. We also fund world-class research into childhood cancers.
The Little Princess Trust was established in 2006 by the parents of Hannah Tarpley. In 2004, Hannah was diagnosed with a Wilms tumour. Hannah loved her hair and losing it was very traumatic for her. During her treatment, Hannah's parents, Wendy and Simon, searched high and low to find a suitable wig for their daughter. When they found one, it had a hugely positive impact on Hannah. Hannah passed away in 2005, and with so many offers of financial and practical help, Wendy and Simon felt the most fitting tribute would be to launch a charity. Since then, the charity has provided thousands of wigs to those in need. We receive messages and cards every day telling us what an amazing impact receiving a wig has had on a Little Princess Trust wig recipient.
So, on behalf of everybody that we help and all of us here at the Little Princess Trust, thank you!
I told you it was a wonderful charity, you guys. I'd like to introduce the CEO of the Little Princess Trust and a very good friend of mine. I nearly said old friend of mine. Kind of both works. So please welcome Mr. Phil Brace. Hey, Phil, how are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks, Chesney. I'm excellent, thank you.
Good. Nice haircut.
I told you this before we did this. I did used to have a little bit more hair than this, but my young daughter took the dog clippers to my hair about 2 weeks ago. So I didn't used to look like this.
Fantastic. Well, I think you look bloody gorgeous. And can she come over and do my mane? Because I'm beginning to look a bit like Wurzel Gummidge.
We might need to send the local authority over to sort that out, Ches.
Yeah, I know. The beard too. I mean, it's just growing out sideways from all angles.
There you go.
Pop star my ass.
Looking good.
Anyway, so tell me, what brought you to the Little Princess Trust, mate, and how are you managing to help these kids through this crazy time we're living through?
Yeah, no, it is a crazy time, isn't it? We're quite fortunate actually that we're still able to provide our service. As you saw from that short video, we provide wigs to children undergoing treatment for cancer. They lose hair through chemotherapy, radiotherapy. We provide wigs, which makes a massive impact on their lives at that time. We generally use a network of salons all across the country that fit the wigs for us. But we've been able to continue to supply the wigs to the children through a virtual fit-in. So we have an online consultation. The wigs are styled online by our fitters, and then we post them out. So we've been able to still continue the same amount of wig supplies that we would have done pre-COVID. So we're very lucky.
That's wonderful, mate. But I presume that your funds may have been affected by it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a story, the funds. Our income has dropped by 75% during April. So that was the first full month we could measure it. So yeah, for a charity like ours that rely purely on individual giving, when we have a 75% decline in income, it obviously means that we have to question our ability to continue our work. We're very fortunate that we will be able to continue with the wig. We have a provision for that, but we also fund research into children's cancer, and we're the third largest in the UK at the moment, and that's really where we may suffer. And it's the research community that may suffer if we're not able to re-establish our income. But we totally understand why our income has dropped. Goodness me, everybody else has got their own priorities at the moment.
Yeah, everyone's suffering, aren't they? Everyone's going through it. So that's why it's so important to to highlight you guys now. So you got 60 other fans here after today, hopefully, and I do appreciate you coming on. I'm really happy that we could raise a little bit of cash and awareness for this amazing cause. So thank you so much for being here, mate. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Chesney, and thanks for everything you've done for us. You're brilliant. Fabulous. Thank you.
Bless
you.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Now, make sure those clippers make their way to LA. Okay, so thank you, Phil. I'm actually going to do, we're going to kick this off now musically. This song was the most requested song of the week by Maggie Bond, by Nick and Lane. Nick, I wrote the song with actually as well. Phil, you might want to mute yourself, by the way. And also by Phil. This was a three-way tie here. This is a song called "Caught Up in Circles." I don't mean to take it out on you. It's just me hurting myself again. I can't seem to break the cycle. Guess I'm caught up in circles. My life a million photographs, all the same. Every promise to myself broken. It's the same day, the same mistakes over and over again. Caught up in circles. I won't waste another hour here, caught up in circles, torn up inside, caught up in Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. Okay. So I was thinking, I'm just going to go straight into another song, if that's all right with you guys. This is a song that I hardly ever play, actually, and it was a request from Charmaine Hardy. Where's my plectrum gone? There it is. And really, I should be tuned down a whole step. I've noticed that over the years, some of my kind of more older songs, as I've got older, my voice has got lower. But I'm going to attempt it in the original key because I can't be bothered to tune down this guitar. So this is called Oh So Dull. Gotta be reasonable, gotta make them think you care. Oh yeah. Gotta be sensible, gotta act like you be there. So square, but you wanna get high, you wanna get wild, don't wanna fit in. Gotta be respectable, learn when to shut your mouth, keep it down. Gotta stay so dignified, you never know what might come out if you get too loud, yeah. But you wanna get high, you wanna get wild, don't wanna fit in. Gotta be oh so dull, you know you do just fine. Oh, so predictable, and so am I. Yeah. Gotta be comfortable, wanna be sheltered from the cold when you get home. Gotta be flexible, easy like and to control. Do what you're told, but you wanna get high, you wanna get wild, don't wanna fit in. To You gotta be oh, so do you know you do just fine. Oh, it's so predictable, and so am I. Gotta be so down. Gotta be so down. Gotta be gotta be so down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo! Man, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, this week I really wanted to, thank you. I can see some of you are still clapping. Thank you. This week I really wanted to give back, in particular to the NHS workers and key workers everywhere. So I asked you guys to nominate your favourite hero or someone you felt deserved a little love and recognition for all they do throughout this, very trying time, to receive a free ticket to the show. And I'd like to bring up two of these fabulous people right now, Emma Thorne and Sarah Jane. Are you there, girls?
Oh, hello.
Hello, Sarah Jane. No, is that Sarah that just said that?
Yeah.
You like to be called SJ, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, fabulous. And where is Emma?
Hello.
Hello. Hang on. I'm going to change my view to the speaker view so I can see you guys. There you go. Okay. Hey, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. We're so excited. We are.
So now I should probably explain that SJ was nominated by Emma, and Emma was nominated by SJ.
We love you, Chesney.
Yeah. Well, I love you too, and you obviously love each other.
We do, very much.
Yeah. How do you guys know each other? What's the story? What's the scoop?
Go, SJ. All right. I worked as a teaching assistant, and Emma is the most amazing teacher that I assisted with, and then that was after I was a nurse, and now I'm going back to hospitals, but Emma and I were teaching together. And Faye is just amazing, and the children adore her, and now she's gone on to do back to her first love, which is nursing, and she's just incredible.
Wonderful. It's a definite mutual appreciation society going on. And it's lovely to hear. And you guys, thank you for all you guys have been doing. It's amazing. How's it been the last couple of months for you guys? It must be, I mean, it's crazy times for all of us, for you guys in particular.
Yeah, it's not. I work in a community hospital, and we're all wearing PPE, and as an activities coordinator that I am, it's a bit sort of it makes it interesting having to do exercise classes in full PPE. Yeah. just to keep everybody busy and occupied, and unfortunately what you find is when you're talking to patients, you realize how you normally use all your facial expressions, and you've only actually got your eyes to try and sort of communicate.
Of course. It makes sense, because you can't really convey so much emotions, but Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So it's that can be tricky, but do you know what? I work with some amazing people, and everyone's a great team, and that's what's making everybody sort of get through it and what have you.
Yeah, gosh,
and amazing.
Yeah. So what do you want all of us to know about what it's like to be a key worker right now, and also, lastly, how can we help you?
I think it's following the rules. It's all very well. Everybody, it's wonderful that the key workers get clapped, and there's so much support, which is wonderful. But on the other hand, there are people who are flouting the rules as it was. But do you know what? If everybody does that and is just mindful, then hopefully we can keep the R level, or not very R level sort of as Boris says. So
keep the curve flattened, as it were.
Keeping our curve flattened.
Wow. Well, thank you guys for coming on. Amazing. I mean, Emma, you requested "Always Have, Always Will." So
it's my favourite.
Oh, great! Well, that's amazing. I love that you know the song. It's one of my favourites, actually.
My daughter loves it as well. She's 18, and it's her favourite when she gets in the car.
Well, I'm definitely going to be doing that a little bit later. I'm not going to do it quite right now. I'm going to do it a little bit. I'm going to save it for you. Okay. Thank you, Emma and SJ. It's an absolute honour to have you both on here. Thank you so much. And
thank you, Jez. Thanks very much.
You take care. I am going to bring someone up now. Some of you may already know her. She's been running my Facebook official fan community group for quite some time now, and she is kind of the glue in that community. I think you'll all agree. The lovely Gemma Wilford. Are you there, Gemma?
Yeah, I'm here. Hiya.
Hi, Gemma.
Hello, Jez. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for being here again.
You're welcome.
Amazing.
And, thank you. So are you.
And thank you so much for all you do for this community. You definitely go way beyond the call of duty, and I'm sure everyone will agree. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Very, very welcome. Very welcome. Appreciate you too. That's the main reason behind it. You're amazing, so we want to do that for you.
So there's the theme of the show today. It's the mutual appreciation. Now, I believe you have a question for me.
Okay. So you've got a really good friendship with Nick. How amazing is that? And how often do you keep in touch? Obviously, with the lockdown, it's a bit more difficult, but by phone, or do you do FaceTime with him?
With Mr. Kershaw?
Yes, with Mr. Kershaw.
Yeah, I stay in contact with Nick in all sorts of ways. We're quite prolific on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great.
We have Zoomed together, along with Nick Beggs from Kajagoogoo, who is also one of our busy mates. And what other medium do I use? And we've spoken on the phone, so there you go, and probably emails as well. We speak quite a lot, actually. I mean, there's never a week that goes by where I don't speak to Mr. K. He's a special friend, and obviously hugely influential on my career. In fact, the song that I'm gonna debut for you guys later on is a song that I wrote with Nick. So,
wonderful.
Oh yeah, that's great. No, it's great. I love him to death.
You wanted to meet him, didn't you? Like, obviously, when you were getting into it.
When I was a teenager, Human Racing was one of my favourite albums of all time. It still is.
Lovely.
And anybody that hasn't discovered Nick Kershaw as an artist, shame on you.
Yeah, where have you been?
Where have you been? Exactly. And so you go and see him live if he's playing. He's an incredible player as well. So definitely worthwhile checking him out. Amazing. And your request was Ordinary Girl, is that correct?
Yes, definitely, yes.
Why that song?
It's got a lot of heart and soul in it. It's very emotive. It's very romantic and just lovely, basically. And as you're a emotive guy, you do it very well.
Ah, well, God bless you. Funny enough, we have Nigel Hinton in today, who was the writer of the lyrics. So there's the emotion for you. And Nigel also wrote the film. He wrote the books, the Buddy book.
Yeah.
And a very dear old friend of mine. Hey, Nigel, I can see you there. Nice to see you here, mate. Okay, well, thank you so much, Gemma, for being here, and thank you for everything. And I'm going to play this song for you. You can go ahead and put it off there. And we'll speak soon, Gem.
Okay, cheers. Thank you.
So this song was also requested by my lovely Auntie Gina. So I'm going to dedicate this one to Gina and Nigel and Gemma. At the end of the day, when I know that I'm gonna meet you, my heart just can't wait. So it races as fast as my feet do. At the very moment I take your hand, and the moment we touch, wanna tell you how much I care, but I almost can't speak, 'cause I love you too much. Ordinary girl, it's an ordinary world we live in, but you make it special every day. Ordinary girl, it's something precious that you're giving. This ordinary guy is proud to say, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with an ordinary girl. Nothing has changed, just familiar things all around me. Nothing's the same. I see with new eyes since you found me. Even the way that the wind blows cold when we're walking at night. Just have to hold you close. You make everything good. You make everything right. Ordinary girl, it's an ordinary world we live in, but you make it special every day. Ordinary girl, it's something precious that you're giving. This ordinary guy is proud to say, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with an ordinary girl, an ordinary girl, an ordinary girl. Thank you. And Chrissy, you might have to kind of pick some people here, but has anybody got a question for me? Anyone out there that's got a burning question for me? Raise your hand or do a reaction. And oh, we have a few. We've got Ginny there. I can see, Chris. Maybe bring Ginny in.
Hey.
Hello, Ginny. How are you?
Hello, Hawkses.
Hello, Russell Grahams.
Hello. You all right? Everyone all right?
We're good. Everyone, this is my lovely friend Ginny. And that's Frankie in the back there, is it? I can't quite see.
Yeah, it's me. It's
Hello.
me.
Hello.
Hello.
What's the question, love?
Yeah, all right, get on with it. The question I would like to ask is, when will you be releasing the new album that we're all very excited about?
Well,
Well,
that is a big question. I'm still kind of putting the finishing touches on it. And if it wasn't for this lockdown, then it's possible that I would have had to have put the paintbrushes down and say, right, it's all done, and we would be putting it out very soon. But because of what's happened,
I know.
it's good. I actually get a little bit of extra time. You know, maybe there's another song or two to be written, and you know, I can do all the finishing touches. So I'm quite pleased about it, to be honest. But we have a plan. I can't tell you exactly what it's looking like, but we will hopefully be putting something out later on this year. And in the meantime, I'm going to be, you know, beavering away in this little studio here and finishing it off with Jake, my producer, who, for those of you who don't know, is he's a very successful guy. He works with Ed Sheeran and I mean all sorts of people. But so it's a great album. I'm really excited about it. And you're going to hear one of the songs in a minute, Ginny. So.
Well, can I just say we're all very excited for your new album. We want to hear it. Much love, and you're doing a grand job, and we're all having a great time tonight. Thank you.
Oh, bless you, Ginny. Thank you so much, and thank you, everybody. It's kind of difficult to kind of gauge how everybody's feeling because I've got no feedback. We're going to unmute you towards the end, so.
God help us.
Right, Ginny, you're going to like this next bit.
Cool.
This bit's dedicated to you. So I want to share with you all. Go ahead and mute yourself, Gin. Thank you. Thanks for coming on. Love you. I want to share with you all something that made us laugh this week. I don't know about you guys, but you know, we sometimes just need something a little bit surreal and funny to make us laugh, especially right now. And having 3 teenagers in the house, we very often are introduced to some great material, you know, from YouTube, TikTok, wherever it may come from. Anyway, this clip speaks for itself. I call it Granny with the Milk. Oh my God, that never ceases to make me cry. I literally have tears. Oh my God. I hope you found that as funny as I did, guys. If not, tough. I see Ginny laughing and that makes me happy. I love it. Okay, let's get on with the show, shall we? Now, in normal times, I probably spend more time with my next guests than I do with my own family, to be quite honest with you. Most of you know who they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my band. My little brother, Jody, my bass player, Tom Swan, and my guitarist, Martin Kennedy. You there, boys? Oh, you're there. Unmute yourselves.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, boys. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Oh, I miss you. I miss you, boys.
Oh, missing being on the road.
Yeah.
You'll probably be asleep though, Jode, so it's fine.
Missing the money.
Dave, yeah, that's Dave. That's his interjection there. The classic Dave line. Yeah, just I should probably explain what Martin was talking about there. I wish I had the pictures to back it up, which we do actually.
We've all got pictures.
We've all got pictures, but we don't have them at hand.
Thank goodness you weren't prepared. Let's put it that way.
Jody is Jody's renowned in all of. Yeah, let's bring Dave on as well because he's always with us anyway. So he's Jody is renowned in all of the bands that he works with that he's able to fall asleep in any situation and on a plank of wood, whatever. And he's always this is Jody's basically his look for most of the time.
I thought you were going to bring a picture up. Then I was like, you haven't.
I wish we had. If I had a little extra time, I would have brought that up for sure.
I'm not coming on next time then.
We'll have a picture of you sleeping. It'll be fine.
Well, Joe, I'm actually surprised you're still talking to us anyway after the debacle of. We made this video, guys, and it was tougher for Jody than it was for anyone else. And
yeah.
we actually do have a picture of Jody after we made the video, which Chrissy will bring up in a minute. But
yeah.
Oh, you don't have. Oh, bugger. All right. Well, so listen, boys. I wanted to ask each of you separately. It's this same question. So tell me, well, who wants to go first? Martin? Let's go, Martin.
Okay.
What's your favourite story? Because Martin's been with us, what, is it a year and a half maybe now?
2 years, yeah.
2 years now, sorry. God, time
Feels
has...
a lot longer, but yeah, it's okay.
But, yeah, I want a favourite story of being on the road with us as a band.
Well, it's a family show, so I have to edit it down. But I think the one, so last January 2019, so we were driving to Minehead. There was some discussion in the van there about, we found out we're playing in the Pavilion and in Minehead, and it was going to be a small stage. There was no dressing room, the logistics of how this is going to work. And we arrived there, walked up the back stairs, walked through, and there's all these extra built rooms, carried on through, and we walk out onto stage, and the stage is, you know, bigger than an aircraft hangar. There's a giant video screen, lighted stairs, and it turns out it's Boyzone, the start of their arena tour, and we're there on their arena stage, and it was great. And yeah, it was really good. So it was going from expecting it to be slightly less than ideal to being this amazing stage. And of course, looking around onto a 40-foot screen and seeing Jodie, age 19, playing drums is always a win for me. So yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic, wasn't it? What a great gig. Yeah, and it was
awesome gig.
Yeah, any guys that haven't been to Butlins, you should probably try it because it can be really fun. Thank you for that one, Martin. And let's go, Tom. Go on, mate. You're on.
Okay. Well, I've got a few stories, but there's quite a lot of us like nearly not making gigs. Drummers nearly not making it from airports, tons of stuff like that. But I think that my favourite story, I wasn't actually on the gig. I think it was Stewie playing bass. But I think you're giving Carlos a lift back from Butlins to Brighton. And as the car was driving along, everyone was like, I can hear the road really loud. Can anyone else hear that? And then all of a sudden, someone turned around and the boot was wide open and had been for the entire car journey. And everyone got out and was like checking their gear. Yeah, got a snare drum, got cymbals, everything's fine. And Carlos is like, no. The guitar amp isn't here. And then like all of a sudden, everyone got in the car, turned back around. And from what I heard, he drove 15 minutes back towards Butlins.
Yeah.
And there was a man just stood there with a dog and a guitar amp on the side of the road, just being like, oh, I knew you'd come back. I saw it fly out the back of the boot.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten about that, Tom. and it was a little bit scratched up, but it was still working. Amazing.
And it was borrowed from the studio that we were recording at the time.
Oh my goodness.
The thing I remember about that was that we sent Chesney because he was driving, so he was the easiest one, and we said, look, make sure everything's in the car, Ches, just make sure. So he went round and had a quick look. He shut the boot, he says, everything's there, it's all right, boys. Carlos went, hold on a minute, let me just go and check, because I know my amp was at the back there, and it had gone. So it was lucky we checked.
Details.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, go on, give us your story.
Okay, so I think this one was a long time ago when we were doing the tour. So not many people know about this, but when we got to the end of the tour, we did this we started doing practical jokes on each other. And by the time we got to the end of the tour, I knew it was coming because I got out on stage and it was a big arena tour, loads of people. It was at the height of the madness, you know. And I got onto my drums and there's pictures of naked men on all of my drum toms, right? So first of all, so that's all I've seen, you know. I know this is a family thing, but you know. So at that point, I knew that the gig was going to be interesting, and we carried on playing. At the end of at one point, we had a solo each, and I started doing my solo. I'm like this, going like mad, and then each one of the bands started coming up and just taking part of my drum kit like this, just taking it off the stage until literally I was just left with my snare like that. So I think I jumped off at that point and got onto the the other band's drum kit, didn't I? At that point.
Yeah, and if I remember, there was the same gig that you guys. I was playing the piano. We used to travel.
That's what I was just about to say.
Go on. Go on.
Because obviously Chesney was the instigator to this, so we got our revenge in that, you know, at the end of the show, he does a really nice piano, like on his own, you know, like the Secrets of the Heart thing, you know, all heartfelt. But we had a big grand piano on stage. But what he didn't realise is that we rigged up a rope to the piano. So he's playing it, and we're slowly pulling it. So he has to keep shuffling up. This is in front of thousands of people, you know. It was great fun. So yeah.
Oh, the craziness of youth. Hey, we did have a good time. And actually, I got one story. I know we're going over here, but we turned up to a festival it was actually last year or a couple of years ago, maybe. We turned up to a festival where we were playing. We're getting the gear out the van, you know. We've got guitar amps, you know, coming boys. We've got guitar amps coming out, and the boys are all like, "All right, let's do it." And this is the other thing. We were late, and it's a festival gig, and we were literally on in 20 minutes. Okay, so it was like a quick turnaround, and Jody forgot to put his drum kit in. So we had no drums.
First time in 30 years I turned up to the gig with no drums.
And it turned out it was a festival where there was no other drummers and no other actual bands. It was all kind of, you know, DJs and stuff. So the promoter, bless him, knew a drummer in the town. I can't remember where it was now, but literally within 15 minutes we had a drum kit. I gave the guy 50 quid. We got a drum kit on stage. No sound check. Bob's your uncle. Off we go.
More expensive than Jodie's kit.
Hey. And he announced the entire crowd that Chesney is here. His drummer's got no kit. Hooray!
No, guys, I miss you guys. Thank you for, you know, I miss. It's not just being on stage with you. It's the camaraderie of being on the road, in the van, all the stuff the wives don't know about. You know, what happens on the road stays on the road. Right, boys? Oh, shit, I forgot the girls are on here, aren't they?
I have no idea what you're talking about. My wife is here.
Hi, girls. Love you. Anyway, thank you, guys. Thanks for being on the show. I want to quickly, we're getting towards the end here, guys. I want to use this time to mention a few people that have written to us this week. Happy birthday to Anna Stowe. Go on, Indy, give us a bit of birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anna. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Happy birthday to all the key workers, the NHS workers that have joined us tonight. Rob Coombs, Linda Parker, Faye Thompson, Emma and SJ, Debbie McKeldron, Caro Pludra, Lisa Wildman, twice nominated Minnie Macbeth. She gets the prize. Michaela Ives, Paula Croxall, Jay Eagleson, my lovely cousin whom I love, Corrie Lofthouse, and thank you to all of those that you nominated, these wonderful people. Thank you. Let's give them a clap, shall we?
Because I want to also mention somebody that came in sort of last minute. And this was one of the first ones that we received. It was a nomination by Carrie, and she nominated Sarah. Sorry, not Sarah, Samantha. I've got, hold on one second. I'm just pulling up the notes. This is what was so beautiful. She said, Carrie said, "Hi, I'm writing this email with regards to the ticket nomination. Please could I nominate my cousin Samantha Keenan? Samantha is a key worker. She's a teacher looking after key workers' children. In her free time, she's been collecting duvet covers and material, washing them, and then turning them into scrubs for the hospital and hospice. She's also made scrub bags too. Please could you consider her? Thank you for reading my nomination, Carrie." And it was just one of those things. Carrie also showed some pictures of the sheets that Samantha had already dried and was hanging, and the scrubs that she made. So Samantha is here, so if we can all give Samantha a massive round of applause. And if Samantha, you want to unmute yourself and just say a quick hi. Just thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do.
Is she there?
Yep, she's here.
Possibly not able to unmute, maybe. Well,
she's unmuted. She's there. She just has to say hello.
It's okay if you don't want to, Samantha. I understand. And thank you, Carrie, for nominating her. That was beautiful. Now, listen, Indy, can you all see Indy okay, sat here? Is he lit okay? Because he looks a bit in the dark, but I can turn his light up a bit. Hang on, let me see. I've got a bit of a light here. Oh, went the wrong way. There we go. Ooh. Now he can be seen. So Indy and I have been jamming a bit of Prince this week. I thought we'd share the fruit of our fun with you guys. Should we do this, Indy?
Yes.
All right, hang on. It's going to come in quick, right? Right, you ready?
I'm ready.
It's only last June when our old man ran away. She couldn't stop crying 'cause she knew he was going to stay. It's 10:35 on a lonely Friday night. She was standing by the bar. She was looking alright. Yeah. I asked her if she wanted to dance, and she said that all she wanted was a good man who wanted to know if I thought I was qualified. She said, baby, don't waste your time. I know what's on your mind. I may be qualified for a one-night stand. I could never take the place of your man. It hurt me so bad when I told me tears in her eyes. He was all she ever wanted, and now she wanted to die. Yeah. Left her with a baby and another one on the way. She couldn't stop crying 'cause she knew he was going to stay. Yeah. She asked me if you wanted to be friends. I said, oh, honey, baby, that's okay. But you know and I know we wouldn't be satisfied. Yeah. Baby, don't waste your time. I know what's on your mind. I may be qualified for a one-night stand. I could never take the place of your man. Ooh, place of your man. Go on, Indy boy.
Yes.
Come on, look at that round of applause you're getting there, Indy. I'm so proud of my boy here. Funny that Martin is his teacher, and so he should get a little bit of love there too. But he's given you the I'm not worthy. Fantastic, well done, my boy. You nailed that solo. Holy moly, well done. Okay, let's move on, shall we? From a little bit of Prince, and stick around because I'll have you play us out in a minute. Thank you. So this song here was requested by Emma Thorne and Leslie Dunn. One of my favourites from the Real Life Love album. It's called Always Have, Always Will. Our flame burned bright and fast, but we both knew it couldn't last forever. And though we started brilliantly, maybe we weren't meant to be together. Still, you don't need hands to touch me, and I don't need arms to hold you in my arms. I loved you once, I love you still. I always have, always will. We follow different stars, I still think I'd get too far without you to light my way. 'Cause anytime my world is dark, you still know how to strike a spark inside me any day. Still, you don't need hands to touch me, and I don't need arms to hold you in my arms. I loved you once, I love you still. I always have, always will. After all the miles, the memories, secrets and the cigarettes, I look back with no regrets. 'Cause you're still part of everything that fills my soul. And though it's hard to let you go, I hope you understand that nothing changes. Yeah, I loved you once, I love you still. I always have, always will. I always have, always will, always will. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So, thank you. Oh, I love it. I love it. Now, before we go into the last song here, let's take everybody off mute. I want to hear you all. Come on, let's feel the love. It'd be so wonderful to feel everyone's energy. Go on.
What a racket.
So wonderful.
My corner in a minute.
I just scanned you all. Thank you so much. You can go ahead and...
Can't see you.
That's better. That's better. Now I can feel
There
you
you
all. Proud. That's wonderful.
Leslie and John.
Yes.
Leslie, hello.
Hello.
Little Prince. Am I muted? Am I back now? Thank you again for your support and honouring the Little Princess Trust through your ticket. I'll be back again May the 29th for another Live and Unfiltered show. Please go to liveandunfiltered.com for tickets and info. And please, if you enjoyed yourselves, spread the love, tell your friends and family. If you didn't, well, you know, just go to the pub. Oh, you can't go to the pub. Oh, well.
No. And also, I did post it down in the chat. If anyone would like to donate the extra, money, anything, I know times are hard right now, to the charity, I've just put the link down there in the chat. And please, you can also email info@liveandunfiltered if you need any other information in regards to the charity.
Oh, yes. Well, I was going to finish on this last song here, which was a request from Maggie Bond. And that was going to be me saying goodbye, but I guess the poll was, should I do the one and only or not before we go? We're gone. And what was the answer to that, Chris?
I haven't launched it, sweetheart.
Oh, you didn't do
I
it?
don't
All right.
actually know how to hear.
We will launch that poll now, and hopefully this will be the last song. I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
I've launched it now, so it's there. Everybody should be able to see it, hopefully.
I will do it. I'm going to do this song, which is a request from Maggie Bond. I said it's a song I normally open the show with, the shows with, and Indy's going to stick around. We're going to do a bit of what are we going to do? Summer of '69.
All right, Ches. So the resounding is yes to do the one and only.
Oh, right. Bugger. Can't get away with that, can I? I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. Me should've known we'd never get far. Oh, when I look back now, the summer seems to last forever. Oh, when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Ain't no use in complaining when you got a job to do. Spend my evenings down at the drive-in, and that's when I met you, yeah. Standing on your mama's porch, you told me that you'd wait forever. Oh, when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Oh, yeah. Back in the summer of '69, yeah. Man, we were killing time, we were young and restless, we needed to unwind. I guess nothing could last forever, forever, Now these times are a-changing. Look at everything that's come and gone. Sometimes I look at my old 6-string, think about you under what went wrong. Standing on your mama's porch, you told me that you'd wait forever. Oh, when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Whoa, oh, yeah. Back in the summer of '69. Oh, yeah. Me and my baby. Back in the summer of '69. Yeah, me and my baby in Nice, give me 5, boy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, all right then. Yeah. Now, last time I asked you guys to put in the chat what genre shall I do it in, and we ended up doing a country version and a reggae version, which was quite fun. But I think seeing as we've got Indy here, let's just rock out, shall we? Shall we just do it? Why not? Listen, thank you so much, you guys, for being here today. I've actually really enjoyed myself today. And thank you, Chrissy, for being an amazing host and quite hot as well, which is nice. And thank you to all of my guests, my band, Phil, the disappearing Ross King MBE, and to all of you guys that I picked out. Thank you for coming in. If you guys are a glutton for punishment and want to see more of me, I will be on the Let's Rock Isolation Festival tomorrow afternoon. I think it's on their Facebook page. So look for the Let's Rock Festival Facebook page. I don't know what time I'm on, but it starts at 2 o'clock. And I mean, there's going to be all sorts of amazing acts, from Jason to Tony Hadley, Go West, I think. I can't remember who else is on, but a whole bunch of amazing acts. And me and Indy are going to do it from right here. So thanks again. I will be back in a couple of weeks, 29th. Please tell everyone. We would love to have you back. And I think we're going to do the same thing with the nominations for NHS and key workers. We'll keep that going. So if you have anybody else that you want to nominate, we will honour that right through. Okay, so let's do it. Thank you. And this is me saying goodbye. There is no encore. We've been on for an hour and a half now, so thank you. Would you
like me to do the intro?
Yes. I am the one and only. Watch David Priest. He's got the video on there if you're interested. Call me by my name, oh, call me by my number. You put me through it, you still be doing it the way I do. And yet, you try to make me forget who I really am. Don't tell me I know best, I'm not the same as all the rest. I am the one and nobody I'd rather be. I am the one and only. You can't take that away from me. I have been a player in the crowd scene, a flicker on the big screen. My soul embraces one more in a million faces. Her hopes and aspirations and tears above my station, maybe. But all this time I try to walk with dignity and plan. I am the one and only. Nobody I'd rather be. I am the one and only. You can't take that away from me. I can't wear this uniform without some compromises, 'cause you'll find out that we can different shapes and sizes. No one be myself like I can. For this job I'm the best man, but while this may be true, you are the one and only. Yeah. Take that away from me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and good night from me and from Indy. Thank you. Love you guys. See you in a couple.
Amazing, Ches.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually let everybody, I'm going to mute everybody again because that was just so wonderful. We can all, as Chesney's probably going to head out, but let's all say whatever we need to say. I love you all. You just put your voices in the field. You guys are all fantastic. So you go ahead and unmute yourselves and just, yes.
Chesney is a legend. Chesney is a legend. La 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 la.
Wonderful, you guys. It's so wonderful to see all of you. You guys take care. Have the most exquisite weekend. Enjoy. Stay safe. Well. All so much love. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend.